Okay, trigonometry kids, this is Miss Lefort, and we are looking at 7.5, the unit circle approach to this trigonometry. Now, on your notes, I know your unit circle is not filled in, so you need to either watch the other video that I explain the unit circle on and have it filled out from there, or just pause this video and copy everything down, make sure you get everything in the right place, because you are going to need to know the unit circle. So that other video does explain a lot about it. So it will help you in learning it and understanding where everything's coming from. So I encourage you to take a look at that. But on this video, we're just going to actually do the examples. So if you know the unit circle already and you got it filled in and you understand it, great. This is wonderful. Okay, so on example 1, we're basically using this unit circle. Now, right now, yes, I know you've got it in front of you. You can look at the unit circle, but on the test, you're not going to have that unit circle. So you're going to need to be familiar with all of it and sketch it out and think about it to figure out what these values are, okay? And they have to be exact values. You can't just plug this in your calculator. So when I'm looking for sine of 3 pi over 4, I am actually thinking, let me see if I can put this in a pencil since this seems to be so large. Let's see if that will work. Okay, is this helping? Oh, wow, it's much lighter than I thought it would be. Okay, well, we're starting here, 3 pi over 4, that's 3/4 of the way to pi. So we're looking at something like that. So what is that ordered pair right here? So I'm remembering that the ordered pair is negative square root of 2 over 2 and square root of 2 over 2. So sine is your y, and that would be square root of 2 over 2. Let's see if we can get this to be somewhat darker. I'm not sure how this actually works, but let's see if it makes a difference. Square root of 2, nope, that doesn't make a difference. Okay, we're going to just go back. Sorry about that. A little bit of figuring here. Let's go back to the marker on it, and maybe this will help. Okay, so this was square root of 2 over 2. Oh yeah, nice and dark. There we go. Okay, so cosine of 5 pi over 3. So I'm thinking of where is 5 pi over 3? Well, 5/3 is 1 2/3. So it's 1 pi, because remember pi's there, and then 2/3 of the way past, so it's going to be here. So that ordered pair, let's see, what is that ordered pair? That would be x is 1/2, y is negative square root of 3 over 2. And cosine, of course, is your x, so the answer to this one is 1/2. I should probably box these in for you so you know which of my notes is an actual answer here. So then, when we're looking at 11 pi over 6, 11 pi over 6, so you're thinking of the unit circle, 2 pi, it's 12 pi over 6, it's all the way around, so it's going to be like here, okay, almost all the way around. And that ordered pair is, let's see, that would be square root of 3 over 2 and negative 1/2, right? So tangent, if you remember, is y over x. So that means we'd have negative 1/2 over square root of 3 over 2. And then if we simplify that, and there's a couple ways you can do this. You can just take the top divided by bottom, or you can multiply top and bottom by 2, and you get negative 1 over the square root of 3. And then, of course, that's not in simplest form. You got to simplify it by rationalizing this denominator, by multiplying by the square root of 3 on top and bottom, so we get negative square root of 3 over 3. So this is the answer there for part C. Then on part D, we have negative. So if it's a negative, that means we're going in the backwards order, negative 3 pi over 2. So we got to go down. Okay, so this would be negative 3 pi over 2. And that ordered pair, let's see, x is 0, y is 1. So it's the reciprocal of 0. Well, I can't have 1 over 0. You can't divide by 0. So that means it does not exist. You can write undefined if you prefer, or you can put capital D-N-E. That works too. As far as the next one, okay, so it doesn't matter if it's directly there, like say sine of 420 degrees. If we subtract out 360, notice that gives us what, 60 degrees? So basically it's the same as the 60-degree angle. It's going all the way around the circle and coming back to there again. So when I'm thinking of sine of 420, I'm really just thinking of sine of 60. And sine of 60, let's see, that's the ordered pair would be, x is 1/2, y is square root of 3 over 2. So this would be square root of 3 over 2. Okay, how is it going nice and straight here, narrow, without being so bulky, and the other one wasn't doing that? That's so strange. Anyway, we're going to leave it as that because it looks a little cleaner, I think. Okay, so tangent of 5 pi over 4. Well, 5/4, remember, is 1 1/4. So that's like 1 pi, pi's here, and then 1/4 of the way past it. Okay, so this would be 5 pi over 4. And that ordered pair is negative square root of 2 over 2 and negative square root of 2 over 2 for the x and the y. So the ones with the 4s on the bottom are the easier ones to do. Tangent is y over x, so I could write it as negative square root of 2 over 2, negative square root of 2 over 2. But same thing on top and bottom, that is just 1. So the answer to this one is just a positive 1. Then we have cosine of 11 pi over 4. So 11 fourths, let's see, 4 goes into 11 twice. That would be 8. And if I take that away, I have 3 left. So that's like 2 pi and then 3/4 pi. So that's like 1 whole circle and then 3/4 to the next pi. So we're looking at the same thing as 3 pi over 4. And that ordered pair, let's see, x would be negative square root of 2 over 2. Y is square root of 2 over 2. And cosine is x. So this one would be negative square root of 2 over 2. There we go. All right. Okay, so as we keep going, these have little rules and properties you could memorize. I find it just easier just to go straight across and just sketch out where it is in a unit circle and make it make sense. And you'll know exactly what it's supposed to be without having to memorize any other rules. So like sine of negative 30 degrees. So if I'm thinking of where it is, negative 30 is like right here. So it's just going down 30 degrees. So that ordered pair, let's see, x is positive, it'd be square root of 3 over 2. The y would be negative. Sine is the y, so this is just negative 1/2. Cosine of negative pi over 3. Okay, so it's negative, going down 1/3 of the way to pi, so it's way down here. And that ordered pair, let's see, x would be 1/2. Y is negative square root of 3 over 2. Cosine is your x, so this would just be a positive 1/2. When we look at cotangent of negative 5/4 pi, well, didn't we do 5/4? Yeah, we did, right above there. Okay, so it's negative, so negative pi would be here, and then another 1/4 of the way. So you're looking at this one. And that ordered pair, let's see, x is negative, y is positive there. Okay, cotangent is x over y. So I have negative square root of 2 over 2 over square root of 2 over 2, which is just negative 1. So that is the answer to part C. And then our last one right here, let's see, negative 29/4. Okay, so 29 over 4. 4 goes into 29 7 times, right? Because 7 times 4 is 28, and then I'd have 1 left. So basically, this is 7 pi plus another pi over 4, okay? So I want to kind of sketch this out. Bear with me here. It's negative, so I'm going opposite direction. So negative 1 pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi, 5 pi, 6 pi, 7 pi, and then 1/4 of the way past it. So it's going to end up there, which means, let's see, that's a 4 on the bottom, so and x is negative here, so it's negative square root of 2 over 2, and y is positive, so they're the same thing. Okay, there we go. And tangent is y over x, so I get square root of 2 over 2 over negative square root of 2 over 2, which would be negative 1. All righty. So what I suggest now is just pausing the video, try the check your understanding on your own, and then come back and check your answers. If, however, you're struggling with it, then let's work it together. I'll just keep going. Here we go. All right, so check your understanding. Find the exact value for each of the six trigonometric functions given that square root of 3 over 2 and negative 1/2 is on the terminal side. Okay, standard position. So x is positive, y is negative. X is positive, y is negative. So that's going to be about right here, okay? So this is the ordered pair, square root of 3 over 2 and negative 1/2. So I'm looking at this and see, look, I didn't do any changes and this thing is now bigger. Maybe if I do this a little larger, nope, it didn't make a difference. Okay, so sine is your y, which is negative 1/2. Cosine is the x, which is square root of 3 over 2. Tangent of theta is the y over the x. Let's see, I'm going to try to write this. Oops. See if it'll let me do it. Okay, I'm going to try to write this over here. See if it'll let me put it in a little bit smaller. No, I don't think it makes a difference. Okay, we need y over x. So I'm just going to erase this after. Okay, so negative 1/2 over square root of 3 over 2, which is negative 1 over square root of 3, because the 2's would cancel out. And then if we multiply by, rationalize it by multiplying by the square root of 3 on top and bottom, we get negative square root of 3 over 3. So negative square root of 3 over 3. Then when we do our reciprocal functions, remember cosecant is the reciprocal of sine. So we just write it as negative 2. We don't put negative 2 over 1. And then cosine, let's see, the reciprocal of that is secant. And this is, and I'll just put it over here, but then I'll erase it in just a minute. This would be 2 over square root of 3, but we'd have to simplify it by rationalizing that denominator. So it's 2 square root of 3 over 3. So I'm going to go write that here, 2 square root of 3 over 3. And once you do enough of these, you'll realize it gets kind of quick, and you'll realize what they are. And then cotangent is a reciprocal of tangent. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at the this unsimplified form of tangent. You see, this is the unsimplified one right there. So I'm just using it. Oops, hit the wrong key. This would be negative square root of 3. All right, so you need to be able, to figure all of those out. Now, before we move on to this next one, I need to erase this bit. Oh my goodness, it went erasing large. Wow, okay. All right, so I needed to erase that bit. So here we have, find the exact value. Sine of negative pi over 4 minus tangent of negative 9 pi over 4. Okay, so first we need to figure out where is that? Where's that on our unit circle? So let's figure that out. Okay, so if I draw negative 9/4, so 9/4, that would be, let's see, 4 goes into 9 twice, and then there's 1 left, okay? And it's negative, so I'm going 2 pi, and then 1/4 of the way. So I'm going to be right here. So remember, this ordered pair, x is positive, y is negative. All right, so sine of that would be negative square root of 2 over 2. And minus tangent of that would be, what would tangent? Tangent would be y over x, so that's negative 1. So we could actually leave this as negative square root of 2 over 2 plus 1. This is one way you can write your answer. However, if we add this together, we'd get a common denominator. So that would be square root of 2 over 2 plus 2 over 2. And we'd write that as negative square root of 2 plus 2 over 2. Either one of these would be fine, okay? They're the same thing. All right, so then let's see, on the next one, negative pi. So if you think of where that is, negative pi, that's there, okay? Sine there, sine is y is 0 here. Okay, so that one's 0. Look, and it just automatically started going to the skinny writing again. Weird. All right, cosine of 5 pi. All righty, so I'll draw another one over here to get the cosine of 5 pi. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it ends up at the same place. Okay, those are coterminal angles then. Cosine there would be -1, so that adds together to get -1. Well, that one wasn't so bad. And then, of course, we've got this last one. Let's see, tangent of -5 pi over 6. So -5 pi over 6 is almost a pi. This is, let's see, x would be negative square root of 3 over 2. Y would be -1/2. So if we do tangent, that's -1/2 over negative square root of 3 over 2, which would be 1 over square root of 3. And then we simplify that, or to rationalize it, I get square root of 3 over 3, and it's positive. Okay, so square root of 3 over 3. As far as 7/2, let's see, that is 7/2. That's 3.5. All right, so on that one, and it's positive, so 1, 2, 3, and then 1/2. So it ends up here. All right, and that ordered pair is 0, -1. So cotangent is x over y. So I got 0 over -1, which is just 0. So this plus 0 is, oh wow, that's not too bad. Okay, I ran out of room right there, so I'm gonna put it over here. Square root of 3 over 2. All right, so that's the answer to part C. And if you have other questions, you can certainly ask me in class.